So today in this video, I'm going to be showing you two different PCs at two different budgets, one at $600 and one at $800, to show you what you can get for those price ranges. And I know that Christmas was today, so either if you're getting this maybe for yourself later on, or if this is like a late Christmas gift, or maybe your birthday's coming up, then this build guide would definitely help you. But yeah, so I'm just going to be giving you some parts and that you can build yourself to make a great gaming PC for a budget. So starting off this list, we're going to go with the Ryzen 5 5500 for the $600 gaming PC. The Ryzen 5500 has 6 cores, really great CPU. Its competitor is the i3-12100F, and I would honestly just go with the 5500 just because it's AMD and it's a little bit less stable. I mean, it's more stable than the i3-12100F, and also has more cores since it's a Ryzen 5. So yeah, I would probably go with that. The motherboard, just a regular motherboard. You can get any, but what I recommend is the MSI Gaming Gen 3 motherboard for only $100, which is pretty cheap for a motherboard. You can find one on eBay or whatever for like $70. So yeah, just whichever one you would want to pick. The next thing is the RAM. We're gonna go with 16 gigabytes, 3600 megahertz, which is really all you need nowadays. You don't really need any more than that. 16 gigabytes will get you through in most games, even streaming and recording and all of that stuff. So yeah, 16 gigabytes is more than enough. And next, the storage, we're gonna go with the Crucial P3 Plus. Really reliable, pretty fast, Gen 4 drive. So you'll be able to make use of it with the B550 motherboard. So yeah, great SSD. Next thing on the list is the graphics card. So if you wanted to go with a new option, your only option would really be the RX 6600 for around $200, around like $180. And yeah, but what I would recommend is buying a used, somewhere around like a 2060 Super. You can find those used for around like $150, $100. So yeah, it's cheap and it does a really, really good job, and will most likely beat the RX 6600 in most games. And the case that I would recommend is the H5 Flow, one of the best cases on the market right now. Really great for the value. And you probably don't need to upgrade any of like the stock fans. You could probably just use those if you really wanted to. You could add two 140 millimeters to the front, would give you a lot of airflow, really great temps. I have this one for my personal build, get really great temps, and I don't have any of the front fans yet. So yeah, bottom fan works perfectly fine. And the last thing is the Corsair Cx. You could either get 650 watts or 750 watts. If you don't really care about upgrading too much, or if you're not thinking about it in the close future, then I recommend going for the 650 watts. But if you want to upgrade in the near future, maybe like next year or something, would go with the 750 watts. It gives you a little bit more headroom to play with in terms of upgrading and all of that. So yeah, that's it for the $600 build. So let's move on to the $800 build. Okay, so starting off this list, my personal choice for the $800 gaming PC for the CPU would be a Ryzen 5 5600X. I use this one in my personal build. Not biased or anything at all. Really great CPU. Can keep up with my 2080 Ti, which is a pretty fast GPU. And yeah, the other option that you could go with is the i5-12400F. Both of them trade blows in different games. They do better in certain titles. And yeah, but Ryzen is a little bit more stable, I would say. So yeah, I would probably go with Ryzen. Motherboard, go with the same motherboard, the MSI Gaming Gen 3. You could also get one on eBay or your local marketplace for cheaper. So yeah, I would recommend either one of those, whichever one you want to go with. And For the RAM, we're gonna go with 32 gigabytes, 3600 megahertz of the Corsair RAM. Really great RAM, really reliable. I use this one in my personal build as well, and I'm gonna be selling some of my parts because my build is around that $700 mark. So yeah, really great RAM, really reliable. My last RAM was 16 gigabytes. Used it for like a whole year. Never had any problems ever. So yeah, really great, really good for the money. Yeah. And for the GPU, if you wanted to buy brand new, I would go with the 7600 RX 7600. AMD is their graphics is pretty good. If you don't really care about ray tracing too much, which in most games, sometimes it doesn't really can't really tell if ray tracing is on or not. So yeah, I mean, I would probably just go with the 7600. But you could get more performance if you buy used, like my GPU, $250, same as the 7600. I got a 2080 Ti, just bought it for $250 on my local marketplace. So yeah, if you can find great deals like that, then I would recommend doing that. But also you can get like just a normal 2080 Super, or even a 2070 Super. Those are around that $200 mark. 2070 Super is around like $200. So if you wanted to save like $50, then I would go with the 2070 Super. Still a great option. And yeah, so for the storage, again, I would go with the Crucial P3 Plus. I really don't think anything beats it at that price. Yeah, really fast, reliable, all of that. Next, the case. Again, I'd probably go with the H5 Flow. Just for me personally, I like how it looks. It performs pretty well. And yeah, you don't really need any extra fans. Stock fans are okay. But yeah, if you wanted to get different looks or anything like that, you could go with a different case. But the Nzxt Flow is also only $60. So yeah, it gives you great value for the money. And for the PSU, again, 750. I would go with the 750 watts of the Corsair Cx. Yeah, that's my personal pick. Really great. I also had this one, and I do have this one. Lasts the whole year, no problems. So yeah, you'll definitely be okay. And you won't have to worry at all about reliability or anything like that. So yeah, and the upgrade paths, I would only upgrade for the $800 one. Probably upgrade in a couple years and go to like around like a 4070 level performance. And for the $600 one, I would probably go for like 3070, maybe something around the 2080 Ti, you know. And yeah, definitely go for that. I recently went from the 2060 to 2080 Ti. Huge difference in performance. You get a lot more FPS in games. So yeah, that's what I recommend. And those are my personal picks for the $600 and $800 gaming PCs. I put all the prices in whenever I show the pictures on the screen. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and hope you guys can build these PCs yourself, and I hope this was a good guide. If you want any more videos, or if you need help with any of your personal builds, or if you want a build guide on yours, anything like that, give me a comment down below, and I'll definitely help you. But yeah, that's it for this video, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.